Sadness in the air. It's kind of dominant, it is, but if you were to think, why do I feel sad all of a sudden? Why do I feel sorrow? Why do I feel like something is coming, some impending doom? Doom. Impending doom, great change. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling in the air, what I'm sensing in the air. There is a heavy sadness in the air, and it's something you cannot control. It's something beyond your control. You cannot stop it. You don't know where it came from. It just like appeared all of a sudden, a sadness in the air. And it's a general feeling, I would say, around the world. Hey, Frank, honey. Around the world, you can feel it. If you're in tune with the ether, with the spiritual realm, oh, you can feel it. There's an eerie silence in the air, too. It's very eerie. 17 years ago, we moved here, and it was the 17-year locust. There's the number 17. The 17-year locust, they came up out of the ground, and do you know what? They're coming up out of the ground again, too. I'm not hearing it here right now in Indiana, but it is happening in a local area, just right across the river. 17. There's a sadness in the air. There's an eeriness in the air. There is a silence in the air. People were unusually snappy. Pooh Bear, you felt like you could crump. Oh my gosh. And a little better today, but not much. You're so welcome. Hello, Ralph. The sky is kind of white. It is. It's really quiet out here. I was in the city earlier, away from the country, but I can really feel the sadness. I can really sense the silence in the air. Now we've got a gentle breeze blowing. There's change that's taking place. It's sadness, but it's inevitable change that is happening. It's causing a realignment. It is. You may not like the realignment, but if you think about it, you may find yourself having to realign yourself to your higher purpose if there be a realignment. And you don't probably necessarily like to be put in that position, but you're in that position, and you've got to have the strength and courage on the inside of your being to do it. But there is a sadness in the air. And I personally believe that it is worldwide. Worldwide, you're picking it up. It's like the frequency of humanity on the earth. The heart of humanity frequency overall. It's a sadness. It is. It's a sadness about what has happened. And because what has happened as a result, we have no choice but to realign. Realign. And realignments are painful. They truly are painful. But they're for the better, is what they're for, the better. It does take a lot of courage. Let me see something. Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to go forward. It does. A ton of courage. So you may be feeling the sadness in the air also. You may. You may be feeling it. You're not by yourself. What you're feeling is real. Um, it's illegal to grow marijuana in Indiana. You want me to add something like that? It's illegal. And I don't do it. I don't. Hey, Psychic Kimmy. It's more of challenging. Yes, it's very challenging. Thank you for those hearts flying up the screen. We need more hearts that are open, more hearts that are feeling. But you see the day and age we're living in, and it's very dominant on social media. Just think social media allows people to express themselves, to become virtually what they aren't able to be in real life. It does. That could be good or it could be bad. And we're seeing a lot of bad, but yet we're seeing good too. The world is unbalanced. That's why there's a sadness in the air. That's why there is a quietness as if something is coming. There's a realignment. It's for you. If you're going to realign, let it be for your greater purpose. Truly. Let it be for better, not for worse. You don't want to de-evolve, but there is a lot of de-evolving happening because the realignment that's happening in some people's lives is a de-evolving. Instead of raising their vibration up, instead of growing, they're literally going into a downward spiral. Yes, Frank Honey, like a reset. And some people don't deal well with resets because it shakes up their world. It shakes up the foundations of their life, and they don't know how to take it. They don't. Yeah. So if you're tuning in, welcome. Welcome. There is change that's happening, a whole lot of change. So much more than what's in the news, and there's all kinds of changes that are happening. You just pick a subject, there's somebody talking about it, and everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's right in their own eyes until someone else comes along and proves otherwise. That's how it is in this world. It is. You may not see very many actual live human content. You may not. You may see a lot of live AI content that is being like released as live streams. There's a lot of CGI, artificial intelligence. There's a lot of artificial intelligent life beings that have come into existence, and they are a form of life. I'm not going to say they're not. They got personalities. They can talk. Are they human? No, they're an artificial life form, but still they got the word life form, and they're able to think. They're able to analyze. They're able to express what appears to be emotions. They're able to read your thoughts and your patterns of behavior, and they use their algorithm for better, sometimes for worse, in their analytical studying of the human race. Yeah, a lot of people not only physically, but becoming emotionally tired, extremely emotionally tired, and it does come from the inside and it works its way out. It does. It's hard because you don't know. It's kind of like real bad stormy seas right now. It's like the storms on the seas are getting more violent, rough, rocking people's boat, and they're getting tossed back and forth. They don't want to drown. Nobody wants to drown on the stormy seas of life. They don't. And I don't know very many people who thinks they want to raise their sails on a stormy sea with winds ripping and cutting their cells. You don't. That is surely probably sink you. You just got to weather the storm, you all. You do. But there is a sadness in the air. There is a realignment happening. And some is for the better good, for a higher purpose, so you can step into what you're supposed to. And some people are using the realignment to, they're stepping into what they want to too, but it's not for a positive thing. It's a lot of negativeness too. Whether you're not going to win, you're not. You're going to step into, you're going to realign for a very negative cause. You're not going to win. You're not. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're not. Because as you realign for a negative cause, we realign for a positive cause. You can't have one without the other. There is a battle taking place, a spiritual battle and a physical battle that's playing out all around the world, in everybody's lives in one way or another. There is. Material motivation is not of spirit. No, it's not. Everything has to start on the inside. Live by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the sinful nature. The sinful nature is hostile towards God. It does not submit to God's law, nor could it do so. Those controlled by the sinful nature cannot please God. That's what Scripture says. You want to talk about it? Yeah. Thank you. I feel calm, even though there is there's a sadness in the air. I can feel it. I can feel the frequency. And there is a silence in the air. You know within your spirit that something's taking place. You know it. You can feel it. You can feel it. You may not be able to put it into words, but you can feel it. Totally feel it. And may feel powerless. And in some cases, we are powerless, but in some cases, we aren't. You're not powerless on the inside of you. So that's a big plus right here. You can carry on and do what you can to raise your vibration. And as you do so, you raise the vibration of the planet. You raise the frequency, the spiritual frequency of people. It does make a difference. I'm sure the earth would much rather have some loving frequency on it instead of some hateful frequency. I'm sure the earth would love rather to have peace instead of war. Just like I don't know anyone who really wants to love to have war, although they're out there. They want it. They want it. Well, there's those who don't want it. We don't want it. We want peace. We want balance. We want harmony in our lives. We don't want all the chaos, but with order out of chaos, that's truly what happens. When there's order out of chaos, that's when you have to realign for a greater purpose, a better purpose, because it's chaos that's causing you to realign. Truly, you wouldn't realign if something did not push you to do it, and it would have to take a powerful force, because if things are going good in your life, things are hunky-dory, why would you be realigning? You wouldn't. But when things aren't going good on earth, there is realignments that are taking place. There's realignments. This one word just popped into my mind. Reorganizing. That's a realignment, reorganizing. Shuffling. There's a reshuffling. There's something's shuffling, getting shaken up. Just shake it up. When you shake things up, when you sift things out like that, you sift out the very fine. But what's left is the clumps. You don't want the clumps. You got to get rid of the clumps. There's a bunch of clumps that they're not fine. Hello. So many lost souls are snapping. They are. I'm a dog too. I agree with you. They're snapping. They're on edge. And some people aren't able to control their I was going to say imaginations, their emotions. They cannot. They lash out. Lash out on the slightest thing. You don't have to do anything for them to lash out. You don't. instead of responding in a kind and loving way, if you don't agree, they lash out. They lash out. Is that my baby, Rosie? Honey, come on, let's bring you out here, Rosie, honey, because you're a little girl. You can come on out, honey. You're a baby. Go on, Rosie, honey. You're a little girl. You want me to hold you? No, Mommy, honey, I just want to walk outside. Okay, you go ahead and do it, Rosie. You will your little bitty tail. You can do it. Rosie, honey, what you doing? You're gonna go under the porch where it's nice and cool? Okay, go on. Go on, Rosie. It's very cool under the porch in the dirt. If you was ever a child and you played under the porch or something, you realize it is really cool. Yeah, she's grounded. Animals are grounded when they're outside and their bare feet touches the ground. They're more grounded than humans. Maybe that's why they're more in tune and they can sense things that we can't, because their feet are always on the ground, touching the earth. Yeah, she just woke up, Andrea. She's been in the house, and it's been kind of humid out here, and the sky has been kind of white. It's okay. Yeah. So, you know, earlier today when I was at my mom's, I was outside looking at the plants, and as the sun was beating down on me, it was around noontime, it felt like it was burning straight through my long sleeve, and I thought, man, that sun's, whatever's coming from that sun, I said, it's literally burning me. And I wasn't even out there but maybe 2 minutes before I felt the burning through my shirt. It could be the radiation that they're warning about. Yeah. The great separation, yes. The wheat from the tares is now. I believe it. I do believe it. And we're seeing people for their true colors. You see what's on the inside of them. And people are taking sides. They are. Actually, the darkness is being exposed by the light. Is what's happening. It's being exposed, and it's creating a great deal of unsettledness in the atmosphere, the ether, the spiritual realm, because it's being exposed by the light. That also is a reason why there is a sadness in the air, a quietness. The darkness can't say too much, because if it says too much, then the more it speaks, the more it will be exposed by the light. That's what I'm sensing right now. It's all right, you all. We got a realignment taking place, a reset, as Frank Honey said, and we've been talking about a great reset. The reset first, I believe, occurs inside of here, and it has a domino effect, but it had to start from somewhere. It had to start from above and work its way down. It was being realigned way up there, and it's literally trickling down. I'm not going to talk about trickle-down economics. I'm not. Trickle-down economics. We're not going to talk about it, you all. We're talking about sadness in the air. If you're just tuning in, welcome. What are you sensing where you're at? Are you sensing something in the air? Are you? Where you're at? Are you seeing people's behaving in a way that they didn't used to behave, or where you go, you're sensing people that you run into, whether you know them or not, the frequency of them is way off, or something like that. There's a lot of scattered energy, and this scattered energy that's out there, it's making people feel scattered. They can't think straight. It's gloomy and grumpy, God's girl. Yeah. Are you noticing a lot of, this is what popped back into my mind. I wanted to ask this question on here. What I saw on the Facebook, I've been on there quite a lot more. That's where I originally started off. But there was this girl, and I know this girl. She's a woman now. She said, I'm making arrangements, final arrangements, so that my granddaughter will know where everything is at. and then I read the comments. I'm doing the same thing too, people said. I'm getting my stuff together. That way when I leave, I'll have everything in order. And there was like 3 or 4 comments underneath that. Have you all, or have you been having the same train of thought? You want to get your final arrangements in order for when it's your time to exit this earth? Because for me to read that, because if so, this is the mindset that's going around. You did that yesterday, Prodigal Princess, honey? Is that what I just said? Yeah, you got the life insurance. If a lot of people are doing this, which I really do believe there's a lot of people on this earth that are doing it right now, that's the mindset. It's worldwide. We're all connected. Wow. This should, see, we're sensing something's happening, something's coming, and we want to get everything in order. Just like me, I want to get things done in my life while I have the opportunity, because I may not be able to have the opportunity. God forbid something happen that prevents me from doing it. And even it's with unfinished projects and stuff like that, you all, but I've been hearing it more. People want to prepare. It's like there's an internal knowing. Something's coming. We got to prepare. We got to get everything in order for if we have to leave this earth. You don't want to create a hardship on anybody who's left behind. You're worried about the hurricane season. Oh, it's going to be bad. Yeah. You want to disrupt the huge, unstoppable upgrade from the planetary alignment happening now and through January. Yeah, it's happening. We still have the moon energy too. That's still here. That's 10 days after the new moon, and then the energy lasts for 5 months, and then we got a full moon coming soon too. That does play a role. Yeah. You don't know who the 140,000 is? The 144,000, there's so many people who claim they are the 144,000. They're the chosen one. It's all over the earth. There's all these little groups and clusters. Everybody claims they are the chosen ones. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. So there is a sadness in the air. Maybe the sadness in the air is making people want to get final arrangements in order because of what people are sensing. They're looking around and seeing the world in the shape that it's in. Larissa, honey, Gina, honey, this is pessimism. Who cares when you go? What is left or so? This is not pessimism. Your comment is negative, okay? People like to be prepared. They do. They like to make arrangements for their loved ones. They don't want them to have to go through the hassle of when they pass, when they're already stressed out and hurt because their loved one has passed. That's not pessimism whatsoever. Yeah, I have a different train of thought than you do. Now, see, I didn't lash out at you. I don't have to. People think differently. No, people can have discussions about what's happening in the world. And if I was around someone that said everything was pessimistic and stuff, I wouldn't be around them. I'll tell you what, because that's a negative energy. I don't need it. That's where a lot of people are realigning their life. They're getting away. They're doing away with no longer vibes with them. That's what they're doing. No longer vibes with them. And that's okay. You got to do it. You got to do what's best for you, you all. You truly do. There is a sadness in the air, and some people may not be able to feel it. Some people are more in tune with what's going on in the spiritual realm, the ether, than others. It's like the Schumann resonance. Well, I got this thing called the human resonance that scans your body, your frequencies in your body and stuff like that. Stick your hand on there. You hold a copper thing in your hand like this. It scans your whole entire body, the frequency of your body, every organ and everything in your body. It reads your body. So each individual has an energy signature. And that's quite evident. So could you imagine if a lot of people on Earth were angry or sad all at once? Can you imagine the energy signature that could be felt by the other realms? Can you imagine that energy signature that Earth is feeling? Now say everybody's happy and everybody's at peace, the Earth is going to be very happy, and the spiritual realm out there can sense that signature, that it's a very high vibrational signature. Yeah. You had all things put in order years ago. Yeah. There's some people who do not pay, they couldn't care less what happens to them after they die. There's people who live like that. There are. So, well, I know where I'm going when I die, but when it's my time to go, if I die on this physical earth or if I'm taken away somehow, I want to make sure I got things in order. That's how I am. I don't want to leave any messes behind, any unnecessary things that I could have accomplished, that I could have got done while I was still living. And that's how a lot of other people are thinking. And they're acting on it. And that's, I commend you for doing that. I do. Thinking about others while you're still alive. Yeah. I know where I'm going when I die. I'm leaving this body. I'm going back to where I came from. This life is not the only life. I am a spiritual being. I'm a soul inside this body. When this body is done, I'm coming out of this body. I am. I'm not going to die. I'm going to live. I'm a light being in this body, and a lot of other people feel the same way. Yeah. So I'm going to go. There is a sadness in the air. That's what I'm sensing. You may not be sensing it, but I can sense it. And there's a realignment that's taking place in a lot of people's lives. A lot of people are getting triggered. A lot of people are losing it. They can't handle the energy. They can't deal with the chaos that is taking place. There is chaos taking place. And a lot of people cannot deal with it. And I don't know what to tell you. They don't. Some people can deal with it, and it's very, very difficult. Is it pleasant? No, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant looking around and seeing the shape of the world and seeing the things that are happening in people's lives that are very hurtful, that are very destructive. It's not pleasant looking around knowing it. It's not. We can pray for one another and be there for one another. We can. We just got to, we do what we can to keep the peace within and encourage the peace within for others. We do. We got to pray for one another and send positive thoughts. We do. So gracious Heavenly Father, may you be with each and every one of us. May you be the peace within us. May you be the calm within us when there is a storm occurring all around us. And just keep your hand over all of us in the name of precious Jesus. Amen. Yeah, we can be there for one another. And all ain't gloom and doom, but there is a sadness in the air. Talking about things raises awareness. It does. Am I going to live my life in a total negative state? Absolutely not. I wouldn't want to even be here on this earth if that's all I did was constant complaining and stuff. Everything I said, somebody critiqued it, constructive criticism. No, there are people who do that. You can't please them. It's constructive criticism. Every single word comes out of your mouth. They got to critique it. Well, I bet you they don't critique themselves. Now, do they? No, they don't. They don't. Frank, honey. Hey there, Velma. I'm gonna go. So, hold on tight, you all. Keep doing it. If you feel like you got a realignment happening on the inside of you and in your life, and you want to be realigned to your higher purpose, I think that's wonderful. It's painful, but it's wonderful. You can do it. I know you can do it. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Love and light to you, Yvette. Yeah, that's right. I'm not Catholic. So I'm going to go, and I don't judge a person by the label that a person sticks on them anyhow. You know what I do? I look at the heart. That's all that matters right here, the heart. What do you got coming out of your heart? Because what you got coming out of your heart is going to come out of your mouth. That's what I don't like labels. Labels, I never did. You can say you're anything, but when you slap a label on someone, no, should be looking at the heart right there. That's what truly matters, is that frequency inside. That's right, Frank, honey, from my heart to yours, and a peace out.